What's up, everybody? No, we're going to just move the mic around. Sorry. It is about 1:30 on Monday morning. This is technically my Friday read of the week video. I am just a little behind. There were a lot of books to read, and I had a really busy weekend. So what I'm going to do is I don't really have a true read of the week. I do, and I'll show you for sure. But I'm going to go over the grades of the 3 books I read, and I'll try to describe what I remember in each book. So we'll see how that goes, and then I'll tell you which one was my favorite. I'm not going to go into depth on that. But it was a great week in comic books. Honestly, I read 23 books. I have 2 C's and a couple of B's. So pretty awesome week in comics, I got to say. Let's dive right into it. So like I said, I'll start with Marvel. So Daredevil 29 was really awesome. I gave this an A. Daredevil and Matt got poisoned while in prison, so it was the fight he had to put up, and how Elektra is training her little assistant here, her little sidekick girl. So pretty cool, really great read. Black Cat 5, I gave this a B. Another great read. Basically, how her and her mentor are going down and looking for her dad and the problems they run into. Nothing too crazy in this one, but some good artwork and some good character feeds. Like, we learned a lot about one of the guys who's kind of showed her way. This was amazing. Children of the Atom 2. This was a great read. This opened up where the Avengers were talking to the X-Men about how they have to go maintain these new kids, and Storm and the X-Men go and find them, and they end up giving them like a little tracker in case they ever need anything. So pretty cool, because they think they can do it all on their own. That was my Marvel read of the week. Let me just look through this. Yeah, that was my I'll say it was my Marvel read of the week. Nobody's gonna like me for this. I got What If, Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. This is if Spider-Man was Venom. I gave this a C. I did not like this one bit, to be honest. Giving it a C was nice. The only reason I gave it a C was because at the very end, Aunt May kind of gets like if I remember correctly, Aunt May gets attacked by like the Hobgoblin. So this was not a big one for me. I'm not gonna go for issue number 2, especially because I keep saying, and I keep talking about it in videos, I'm not really a big Spider-Man guy, but I'm loving nonstop Spider-Man. So the fact that that's good keeps me away from this one, which is good for me. Darkhawk, Heart of the Hawk, book 1. I think this is a one-shot. This is like a lot of anthologies this week. 3 books in here. All are pretty good. I would like to see a little bit more of this. You know, I'm kind of a Darkhawk guy. But this was cool. There was one where his dad ends up kind of being the villain. So pretty neat. They did a good job with that, I gotta say. I gave that an A. Guardians of the Galaxy 13. This is going to be 13, 14, and 15 are going to be connecting covers, which I'm super stoked for. I gave this a B. I liked it. Gamora is back around. Her and Peter have a thing still. This was good. I don't remember too much about it, to be honest. Like I said, I read a bunch of these on like Thursday night late, and now it's Sunday. I just read like 9 books, to be honest, so my brain is kind of scrambled eggs right now. Nonstop Spider-Man. I gave this a B, but I love this. Love this cover, by the way. This was really good. It's not that there's so much going on. There's just so much going on at once, but there's an order to it where I felt that Spider Shadow was all over the place, and it just wasn't going anywhere for me. So this was really cool. Like I said, I wish I could remember more about it. Like I said, it's 1:30. This would have been my Marvel read of the week. I'm going to go with Children of the Atom. Bound Hunters 11, the Boss cover. Really great story. This is about how like Boss is going back and fighting everybody and proving everybody wrong, and how everybody's kind of on the look for Han Solo. So that was great. I gave that an A. Maestro 4, War and Pax. This was really good too. This was kind of how Bruce had a conversation with himself after getting knocked out and tricked. If you saw my read of the week from like a month ago, tricked into thinking he was freed from this chamber and he wasn't. Um, so this was really cool. I think the next issue is the last one. All right. So like I said, my Marvel read of the week was Children of the Atom 2. Star Wars Bounty Hunters 11 was close. Let's go into some indies. Proctor Valley Road Book 2. If you're not reading this, you got it, man. Book 1 was so good. This was an A for me. Basically, one of the 4 girls goes back. She's getting like high as a kite, and she ends up looking for all the guys and everything that were lost in the first one. And she's seeing these like first she fights off like these werewolf-looking things, and the other girls come and save her. Really cool story, greatly done. This was really cool. This was a random pull for me. This is Jules Verne's Lighthouse. This is cover B. I gave this an A. This is really cool. It's an Image comic. Basically what happened is like Lighthouse. So these lighthouse in space. So they have a little satellite they hang out in, like a space station, and how that's kind of the lighthouse for other areas, and how there's this one computer who, like a robot thing, who follows around this one girl who's kind of like the captain, and they all get invaded and they're looking for the girl. And yeah, it gets really in depth. This was very good. It was a little bit long. I want to say this was it was like a 40+ page read, but I really enjoyed it. I think if you're into kind of space stuff and other other life forces, stuff like that, that's a good story to read. This was funny, but I wanted more out of it. This is a Murder Hobo, Chaotic Neutral. This was another anthology, a couple of stories, all these people debate greatly, super rated R stuff in here. It was really funny, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first couple of stories, not the last couple, but really nice like nonsense read, which was good after this week because I needed a nonsense read. This doesn't count because this was a read from 2 weeks ago, but Nocterra 2, love this cover. Gave it an A, of course, really awesome. Val had to choose between siding with the person she took, Augustus, I think his name is, or what was his name? Black, the dark, the night, the guy who goes dark, the creature, Blacktop Bill, that was his name. She has to decide because they both say they can kind of fix her brother. So really awesome storyline. Easily my read of the week for indies. Well, not easily, but pretty simple choice. Canto 1. What was this one called? In the City of Giants. So I literally just finished reading Canto Volume 2. I believe this is going to be Volume C. In Volume 2, he meets these 2 giants who like lose their legs, and they have to help. They kind of help him out along the way, and so him, Canto, Ricta, and Falco go off, and they're bringing this witch back to the city of Brob, and they end up getting meeting up with the giants again. The guys with no legs, and now they have no bodies. They're buried in the sand up to their chins. And they're like, Canto goes to their town. He's like, hey, I'll give you the witch if you do this. And they're like, that's not good enough. So he's going on another adventure, but it's really cool. He's going with the witch. So it's just the 2 of them. Great read. A. Need to get Canto. If you're not reading Canto, it's the way to go. Scouts Honor 4. A. Hands down. This was close to read of the week for my indies, but I just felt like this moved too fast. The next issue is the finale. So issue 4 had a lot going on. She fights these spider-like things, and she actually becomes friends with them. Kit does a great job. People find out she's a girl. I'll put a spoiler warning. But really freaking awesome stuff. Mighty Morphin 6, I gave a B. Okay. Pretty cool story. A little bit of a flashback of Zordon with another person who comes back around as a, what was it called? Like an eternal guardian, something, guardian, I can't remember, but really cool. And the Rangers go, and it's time to fight Zed. So this doesn't count, but because this is a 2-week-old book, crossover, or 3-week-old at this rate. Crossover 5, gave it an A. Ellie is wielding the sword man. It is so cool. This book is getting so good. I'm hoping this has like 5 issues left. My heart tells me that, and I know I'm gonna get really upset when in like 2 weeks it's over. And then on to DC. DC did. Now that I'm looking at the last 2 grades I gave, DC did well this week. They didn't do as good as I wanted. I very much enjoyed this. Batman the Detective, issue number 1. I thought this was very, very good. Batman in where did it take place? Lancashire, Lancashire, England. Really cool. Has another new little sidekick person. This is totally the Ben Affleck Batman drawing, so it's really neat. The first artwork I saw of it in Bruce Wayne, I was like, this sucks. And then it really picked up along the way. This is a great story about how a plane goes down and how he ends up finding out that 146 of 147 passengers were people he saved. So somebody is going after him and trying to take back all the good he's done. Really awesome read. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna save this one for last. I gave Batman the Detective an A. I gave Batman Urban Legends 2 an A. I love this cover. First of all, half Red Hood, half what's his name, Grifter, who is Cole Cash. There were like 3 or 4 stories in here. First one's great. Red Hood gets into trouble, kills some people, calls Oracle. She sends Batman. He kills some people, but finds a kid, and it shows the flashback of him as a kid. So it was really good and heartwarming. Well, heartbreaking, I should say. There's an Oracle story in here, which wasn't great, but it was good. It was cool to read. And then the last one of the Cole Cash story, this was fucking awesome, to be honest. Post after his brother dies. So some of the stories in here are continuing each other. So for an anthology, Urban Legends was a lot better than I was expecting. This hurt my heart for multiple reasons, so I'll tell you. This is Superman 30. First of all, this was $5. I would not have paid $5. I mean, I know it's crazy to pay $4 for this. I would not have paid $5 for this, but I did. John go to another new planet of an old friend of Superman's who calls him to this like old distress signal he has, and it was honestly boring. It was putting me to sleep. It was this whole to-do thing. I just wasn't feeling it. So Superman is now a question mark. It's kind of like a yellow light, as John's Comics with Kids would say. It's a yellow light for me next week, or the next read. So American Vampire 1976, Family Trees. I gave this a B, which I think is being a little bit nice. There were 3 stories in here. One was a George Washington story, which was cool. And then there was a pretty medium range. There were 3 stories in here. There was a pretty medium range story in there also, which was pretty neat. I liked it a lot. The last story I didn't care for much, but first 2 are good. Like I said, I wish I was more with it. I'm trying to explain 23 books to you guys in literally 15 minutes. My ultimate read of the week, to be honest, and you might call me crazy, I gave it an A. Joker 2, my read of the week. Great read. Jim Gordon is contemplating killing Batman for the Joker. Joker runs into some trouble where he's at, telling everybody he's not leaving, and they think it's time to go. And in this, what was freaking awesome is that Batman is like, Jim Gordon is flat out asking Batman, I need your phone number. I need the Bat computer. And Batman goes, I need some stuff in return then. And he's like, how can I contact you? Because the Bat signal isn't working. Because they're both getting old. As you can see in this cover, Batman's face is getting old. Jim is getting old. This is post-Joker War, which is pretty cool. I didn't read that yet, but really neat stuff. But Batman decides, he tells Jimmy, he's like, oh, honestly, with Oracle. And Oracle's like, this is a bad idea. He's going to get himself killed. And then Jim flat out was like, you know what? I got a few cards up my sleeve, and I'm going to pull one. And he goes, don't be nervous, Barbara. And he admits to her that he knows that she's Oracle, that she was Batgirl, all this other stuff. So really fucking awesome, to be honest. So that's really what I got for the week, guys. 23 books in 15 minutes. Let me know if you agreed with any of these grades, if you disagreed with any of these grades. I know some people do it out of a rank of 10. I like to go A, B, C, D, F, but still no Ds, still no Fs. Superman, I should have given an F. Sorry, but I just didn't. Right before I go, find me on Instagram under the same name. I've got a ton of stickers I'm just giving away, guys. Just throwing them in envelopes and shipping them out. So let me know if you want some stickers. Feel free to ask, okay? Don't hesitate. I want to give them out to everybody. So, all right. Even realize Batman's been in Batman. Mario's been in this the whole time, so pretty cool. Thanks so much for checking it out. I'll add the spoiler warning. Like I said, let me know what your read of the week was. Check out Origins later today. Now in 12 hours, we'll be doing Origins. I have Cole from Comic Burrito coming on, so really excited for that. And the following week, we have Gray Man. And then I have 2 more weeks lined up, so then I'm going to start adding people in again. So hope you guys can join us live tomorrow for that. I hope you enjoyed your comics, and I hope you're staying safe. Thanks so much for hanging out at almost 2 in the morning on a Sunday into Monday.